Arsenal 4, PSV Eindhoven 0. And what a fantastic start to our Champions League campaign. Back in 7 years, and it's like we never left. Brilliant, brilliant performance and brilliant result to accompany it. Guys, that was the best performance I've seen Arsenal have all season. Absolute fact, best performance. That was superb, man. From minute 1 to 90. I've not got a bad word to say about that performance. I was thoroughly impressed with how we performed today. Because look, it could have been a tricky occasion. I know we played PSV last season. We only managed to scrape past them 1-0 at home and obviously lost 2-0 away in what was a really good performance for them. Well, I will say Xavi Simons was a big part of them winning that game away from home. But today, it was like one team was night and one team was day. Chalk and cheese, man. David and Goliath. It was absolutely superb performance for Arsenal. Blew them to pieces, man, in that first half. And we looked like a team that was hungry, really hungry. And I'll be honest, right? In recent seasons, and especially in recent games about Arsenal, I've said that we've lacked that killer edge at times, where games have been maybe 2-0 or 3-0, especially last season, and we're not going to finish the game off or kill the team off. Today, we killed off PSV because PSV still had some kind of danger on the counter-attack. They were getting the ball transition from defense to attack fairly quickly and were creating some chances, but we did the perfect thing, which was killing them off, where we found that third goal, found that fourth goal for Odegaard, and the contest was well and truly done. And we can wrap it home with 3 points with a bow on top. Really good performance, genuinely overall. I thought every single play that played there was fantastic. I thought from start in David Ryan goal, all the way up front to Gabriel Jesus, who needs to start in the North London derby, by the way. I've been calling for Jesus to start. Again today, his flair. Just the little things he does, man. Receiving the ball, holding up play, twisting and turning. Really good outlet for us and superb performance from him. And David Ryan, look, I felt it was a bit unfair to drop Aaron Ramsdale for this game. I'm going to be honest, guys. I know David Raya had a fantastic performance, but I believe Ramsdale should have started due to the fact that he was the goalkeeper that got us into the Champions League. It's only fair you reward him by allowing him to make his Champions League debut. That's just my personal opinion on it. But I've got no complaints about David Raya one bit. I thought he was fantastic as well today. One thing about David Raya that I don't believe Ramsdale has as much is his commanding nature, David Raya. He will catch that ball no matter what. The amount of times he just catches it. And you know how important it is to catch the ball, guys. And so many goalkeepers, they do the right thing, which is clearing it. But that's only job one. If you catch the ball, you neglect all danger. Our first goal came from the goalkeeper tipping the ball out to Saka. How many times do we see Ramsdale? Yes, he keeps the ball out of the net, and with crosses, he punches it clear. But he only manages to punch it or flap it clear. And the ball's still in play, and there's still danger. With Raya, the danger's gone. His calmness assured and personified, man. Catch the ball. Get rid of all danger, bring all the senses down, and we can go again. So really good performance from David Raya net. I thought it was fantastic today. Let's go through the back four as well. I thought Ben White today, really good, man. I actually was calling for Tommy Asu to start this game. Nothing against Ben White, just because I want Ben White to be super fit for the North London derby. This brother's a workhorse, man. He runs up and down every day, man, like a yo-yo, back and forth, like a jack-in-box, ready to spring and just attack at any point. A brilliant performance again from Ben White. Saliba and Gabriel. I mean, we don't have to say too much about them. Them two are forming a real good partnership. I still think it's blasphemous that Arteta dropped Gabriel at the start of this season. I don't know what he was thinking there, to be honest. But since he's been back in the side with Saliba, so good. Saliba, by the way, guys, Saliba is a world-class centre-back. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's not just this game where I've thought that. I've thought that for a long time. And I haven't mentioned it a few times, actually, Saliba, but I genuinely do believe Saliba is world-class. I think he's one of the best young centre-backs in the world right now, if not the best young centre-back. How old is he? Like 22? Saliba, 21, 22? I think he was born in 2001, right? He's an unbelievable centre-back, William Saliba. Genuinely. He's got everything to his game. He's got the strength. He's got the pace. He's got the composure. At one point today, he made a slight little mistake, like genuinely the minor of mistakes ever. And he just did like a little flip-flap turn and got past the defender. I'm sitting there thinking, is that Odegaard or is that Saliba? He's so good. And then, of course, we've got Zinchenko on the left back. And the thing about Zinchenko is, right, guys, I didn't actually want Zinchenko to start this game. Nothing against Zinchenko, just because I know his injury history. And I wanted him to stay fit for the North London derby. But we did the right thing. We won the game, and Zinchenko came off after about 55, 57 minutes, which was the right play by Mikel Arteta. Zinchenko will play anywhere but left back. Anywhere but left back. But the thing about Zinchenko is when you're winning games, when you've got control, it's like you've got 11 and a half men on the pitch. Zinchenko's like two bodies. He's here, there, and everywhere. Picks up every loose ball. And he's got football IQ as well. Zinchenko understands the game, which is a massive bonus for anyone. For any team to have a player like Zinchenko in their team, huge bonus. And then, of course, let's move into midfield. Declan Rice. Declan Rice is the signing of the summer in the Premier League. Now, I know about that brother Jude Bellingham out in Madrid, who's doing wonderful things, by the way. Scored them a winner as well today in the Champions League. But Declan Rice, this brother is unbelievable, man. It's the little things he does so well for me. It's the little things like spotting danger and clearing it early and getting his body across in transition and recycling the possession quickly. Little things like that tells me how good of a player Declan Rice is. Like genuinely, guys, I see him scouting that ball, and he just goes like it's like he's locked in like the Terminator, tunnel vision. It's like if you got a radar, it's like beep 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 beep, beep, and then Declan Rice just steals it off the PSV, off the opposition. He's so good at that, genuinely, and he's recycling play quickly. He's always a body to receive the ball in midfield, right place, right time. Fantastic player. Ødegaard as well. Oh my God, we're talking about one of the best players in the world right now, technically at least. Technically, at least, Ødegaard is second to none. Genuinely, I put him in the same bracket as Kevin De Bruyne in terms of technical ability. Now, I still do believe that Kevin De Bruyne has got that ability to influence big matches. That Ødegaard, I still need to find him, unlock that over a sustained period. He's done it in times, but I want to see Ødegaard really activate that over a long season where he's able to hit 15, 20 goals a season and really influence matches in that sense. But today, look at that finish Ødegaard had today, man. Like, pinpoint in the bottom corner. And one thing I've noticed about Arsenal, guys, I've been an Arsenal fan my whole life, obviously. I first started watching Arsenal in 2007 when I was 5 years old. This is the first time where I'm watching them playing Ødegaard, right? Genuinely, Sanchez is the only other player. Sanchez, Cazorla, and Ødegaard are the only three players I remember in my lifetime watching Arsenal, where when they shoot, I'm expecting for them to score from outside the box. Those are the only three players. Genuinely, whenever any other player shoots from outside the box, I'm hoping it goes in. Like, I'm hoping. When Ødegaard shoots from outside the box, I'm expecting it to go in because he's that good. He scored a similar goal against Newcastle last season away from home where he just arrowed it in the corner. And with Ødegaard, right, it's like it's effortless for him when he shoots. It's not like he's hitting it with power or he's like putting his foot through it. He just delicately just glides it into the bottom corner, just skids it off the surface into the goal. It's a fantastic finish for him for the fourth goal. And yeah, brilliant goal. And he was influential throughout as well. Such a metronome, I'll call him, on the ball, man. A maestro. Fantastic footballer. Next door got Kai Havertz. Now, I was calling for Kai Havertz to start as well. And I'm happy that Arteta started him. I thought out of all the performances, he was one of the worst ones on the pitch, to be honest. I think he thoroughly improved when he went up front into the number 9 position, if I'm honest with you guys. The thing about Havertz is, right, he's just not intense. He's not fast enough. For the North London derby, I'd play this exact same 11, but swap Vieira in for Havertz. And by the way, guys, I'm going to get into your thoughts in the live chat in a second. So please continue to leave your thoughts in the live chat. And if you are new around here, 50 people watching right now, make sure you subscribe for Arsenal and football streams on this channel. The next stream will be the North London derby. I cannot wait for it. But yeah, Havertz should not start in the North London derby for me just because he's not intense enough. I'd still start Vieira. I think he was fantastic against Everton, Vieira. Now let's move on to the front three. Now, I feel so sorry for Martinelli, by the way, because I'm so sorry Martinelli couldn't play in his Champions League debut because the brother deserves it, man. He's one of the players that got us into the Champions League. So, but look, it's one of those things. Trossard came in for his Champions League debut, I believe. Unless he played that again, I can't remember. And he's fantastic as well, Trossard, man. Clinical finish. Now, Trossard is one of the most unsung players at Arsenal. Genuinely, this brother's good, man. Like, he's not just good. He's actually one of the most technically gifted players at this club. I genuinely believe so. Trossard does not get the credit he deserves from other fans, from pundits, etc. But every time I watch this guy play, he delivers, and he's quality. Like Trossard, with his right peg, left peg, he'll score, man. That goal against Everton was fantastic. The goal again today, outside the box, wrap it into the bottom corner. That's not an easy finish. I'm telling you guys, it's not an easy finish one bit. He's so good. The assist he got to Jesus, fantastic. I thought Trossard again was brilliant today, man. And look, that's the good thing about Arsenal nowadays. We've got score depth in those areas where if Martinelli is injured, I have no problem with Trossard coming into the team. I'm not sitting there going, oh my God, Martinelli's out. Our team's over. Last season when Saliba got injured, we were all sitting there going, oh my God, the defense is finished. We're bringing in Rob Holding. We're bringing in Kivior. I don't feel that way with Martinelli's out because I've got more than enough faith in Trossard being able to impact the football match. Then on the right side, you've got Bukayo Saka. Now, you're not an Arsenal fan if you did not smile when Bukayo Saka at least smiled. People, I was cheering at least when Saka scored that goal, man. A Haaland Academy product scoring our opening goal in the Champions League. We haven't been here since 2016-17 season. It was just a sight that would make a grown man cry, to be honest, man. What a fantastic sight to see Saka score. He didn't even know how to celebrate, man. He was just like twisting and turning. He didn't even know what to do, really. What a brilliant sight that was. And then up front, Gabriel Jesus. He looks back, guys. He looks back and ready to go, man. He looks ready and raring. Remember last season, the start that Jesus had in the team? For me, he was our best player. In our opening 7 matches of the season, Jesus was our best player. He was like a breath of fresh air. He was like the world-class player that entered the squad that we were yearning for. Since he came back from his injury last season, he was out for a few months. He didn't quite look the same player. But today, Jesus looked really good again, man. He was all over the pitch. He was ferocious. He was tenacious. He brought that Brazilian flair to the party, man. That Copacabana type style, that Joga Bonito type style, man. Twisting and turning in the box. And what a fantastic finish as well. We know if we want to win this Premier League title this season, we need goals. And Gabriel Jesus is our main striker. So we need him to chip in with 15 goals at the very least if he stays fit, man. At the very least. And that goal today was a fantastic goal, man. So overall, guys, I'll be honest with you. Best performance of the season for me so far. Absolute best performance of the season. I thought we were fantastic from minute 1 to 90. I thought we had complete control of the football game. I thought PSV had chances, but we defended really well and we got a clean sheet. How many times have I said that at the Emirates? Not often. So it's about time we got a clean sheet at home as well. Great start to the Champions League campaign, and I'm hoping it's a game. What's it called? It's a competition we can go far in. I want to see my team win the Champions League, guys. Guys, let me know in the live chat, right? I will get into your comments in just a second. Would you rather see Arsenal win the Premier League or Champions League? For me, it's the Champions League, man. I want to see us win this Champions League. Obviously, we've never won it in our lifetime. I want to see it, man. I want to see us win the Champions League. I want to see us have that in our cabinet. I want to do an Emirates Stadium tour and have the Champions League there, man. And I'll vlog it on this channel. That's what I want to see Arsenal do. And we can do it. Look, the way we played football today, guys, I'm scratching my eyes thinking, is this the same team I've been watching since COVID? Like, when I watched Arsenal during COVID, which was only 2-3 seasons ago, we couldn't string together a pass. We couldn't beat teams like Southampton and stuff. Now I'm watching this Arsenal team, and it's fluid, it's liquid, it's from back to front. I'm watching a team that everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone's locked in. It's like we're telepathic between each other. Everyone's passing, everyone's in the right areas, everyone's shifting synonymously with each other. It's all just perfect, man. It's like synchronized swimmers out there. Really good from Arsenal. I'm sitting there thinking that is a well-oiled, well-coached team. So I have to give Arteta the utmost credit, him and the coaching staff, because we look proper coached out there. Because I've seen Arsenal during lockdown and the back end of Arsene Wenger's legacy and obviously the Unai Emery era. And the Arsenal team looked discombobulated. People didn't really know what they were doing. Players were getting in the way of each other, weren't really playing for the badge. Now when I watch Arsenal, it's seamless. It's fluid. Everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone's in the right areas at the right time. When one player goes forward, another player slots in at the back. Everyone seems to be coached. Everyone knows what they're doing. It's telepathic, and I like to see that, man. I think we've got a good chance against anyone, to be honest. A good chance against anyone. We need, guys, basically what we need, right, is we need Man City to draw Real Madrid, and we need to avoid Bayern Munich, and we'll go far in this Champions League, I do believe. As long as we don't bottle it. If we avoid Real Madrid and Man City and Bayern Munich, it's ours to lose in that sense. Because those are the 3 teams I believe that are better than us. Apart from those 3 teams, we should beat anyone in this Champions League. Genuinely anyone. But that's just my thoughts on it. All right, let's get into some of your comments. RD12, appreciate joining the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We are cooking in the Champions League, whereas Tottenham are stuck at home with F4 to do. Well, here's the thing, guys. Tottenham come to the Emirates on Sunday. I cannot wait for that game. I cannot wait. And here's the thing, right? When Tottenham comes to the Emirates, it's a big moment for us because Tottenham come in form. And I remember the past few seasons, the same things happened. The past few seasons, Tottenham have come to the Emirates on good form, and we've dispatched them. Now, this is a different Tottenham team under Ange Postecoglou. I think everyone can admit that. This isn't a Tottenham team that we've been used to. This is a Tottenham team that is quality, like genuinely quality under Ange Postecoglou. I've watched a lot of their games. They're seamless. But here's the thing, right? If they try to play a high line like PSV did today, we'll blow them apart. I was talking to my friends because I live in North London, so I've got a lot of Tottenham friends, just as I have a lot of Arsenal friends, right? And I watched a lot of Tottenham this season. I said to my friends that Tottenham fans, I said, look, Ange Postecoglou's done fantastic at Tottenham, but he's playing very risky football with a high line. If he tries to come to Emirates with a high line, he will get found out very quickly. So I'm hoping and praying that he does that. Tottenham need to drop when they come to Emirates because PSV tried a high line here today and they got found out. Look, in that first half, right, Arsenal were clinical today. Everything I've been calling for us to do is be clinical and be assassins in front of goal, and we really provided that today. Too many times I feel like Arsenal haven't quite been assassins in front of goal. When I watch Man City, for example, they don't just beat teams 2-3-0. They dispatch the game. The game's over. The game was over today by minute 60. It was completely done and dusted, finish. And I felt like that was the right thing for Arsenal to do today. Whereas in previous matches, no matter how well we played, we haven't quite put the finishing touches on it. The game's still been nervous with 10, 15 minutes to go. It wasn't nervous at all today. And we were able to bring off players like Saka, like Trossard, like Rice, like Jesus, etc., like Zinchenko. We were able to make those subs because the game was over. If the game was in the balance, Arteta would not have been able to take off those players. And it would have been strained right to the end. We ended up playing a game that was 60 minutes long rather than 90 minutes long today because the game was done and dusted so early, which was the right thing to do. So hopefully we've saved a lot of gas in the tank going into the game on Sunday. We're going to beat the Emirates. The Emirates needs to be bouncing. It was well up for it today, man. So big up all the Arsenal fans that were in the Emirates today. Obviously back in the Champions League. That's what we're going to expect. But yeah, it was fantastic. No way Raya has more clean sheets in 2 games than Nana has so far this season. Raya's been really assured, man. And look, I did think it was a little bit unfair that Ramsdale was dropped today, given that he was the goalkeeper that got us into the Champions League. So it was only fair for me that he started this. I'd still play Raya in the North London derby, make no mistake about it. But I thought Ramsdale should have started today out of basically a nicety for him for getting us into the Champions League. But look, it's a ruthless business, man. It's a cutthroat business. And if Arteta thinks Raya's the right goalkeeper for us, he's going to have to drop Ramsdale. And that's the way it's gone. And look, Ramsdale's just going to have to take his medicine, which is sitting on the bench. So it's a bit sad for him, but it's one of those things. Jeff, appreciate you on the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I know you were keeping up with the Man United game. I figured Arsenal were too strong for PSV. Yeah, way too strong. So I watched Bayern beat United 4-3, ended up being. When I first checked out, it was 4-2. So fair play for United for making it 4-3. But look, still too strong for them Bayern Munich. That sounds like an exciting match, but it was really two sides not really playing that well. Well, here's the thing. I heard that as well because I was on Twitter, right? And I saw that Man United, that Bayern Munich weren't playing too well. Now, the way I look at it right now, guys, we're the fourth best team to win this, fourth best team in this Champions League. You got Man City 1, Real Madrid 2, Bayern Munich 3, and Arsenal 4. But Bayern Munich are not doing that well early. Now, here's how I want this Champions League to go. This will be ideal situation for me. Man City draw Real Madrid and Bayern Munich draw like a Napoli or PSG or something, and we get an easy route to the final. Because I think if we avoid the Man City and the Real Madrids and the Bayern Munich, we can go far in this Champions League. Trust me, guys, we can go far. Look at the way we played football today, man. This isn't a team that beat PSV 4-0, scraping it. We blew them apart. Like, the football today was liquid. Those PSV players are coming off the pitch thinking, bloody hell, man, what have we just watched? We've just watched Barcelona 2011-12. Genuinely, like, I'm not even overstating that. Some of the football we played today was genuinely clean, man. Like, clean. We're like an uncaged beast. Arsenal are like a beast that was locked away, like a dragon that was locked away under a cave for so long, and it's finally been set free to reign terror over Europe. That's what it feels like. It might be a little bit wishful thinking, but you get the analogy I'm making. A clean sheet at home, yeah, it's about damn time as well, man. Really good to get a clean sheet at home. That'll boost the confidence. And yeah, Raya, two clean sheets out of 2 for him. Bayern's first goal today was a complete screw up by Onana. I'm going to be watching the highlights later tonight for that one, so I'm sure I'll see it. But yeah, it sounds like an interesting game. It was 4-3, but as you said, lack of quality really, so I guess I'll see it in the highlights. Omotayo, Fred, appreciate joining stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Well done. Yeah, big up. Well done to Arsenal, man. Fantastic result and performance to accompany it. I was thoroughly impressed with how we performed today. Our front three cost less than Mudryk. Well, there we go, man. And whether it was Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, or Jesus in there, that front three doesn't cost an awful lot. Less than 100 million combined, all 4 of those players. And we still look like such an influential front three, man. Jesus is my baller, bro. Yeah, fantastic player, man, Jesus. So good. Genuinely, like, the thing about Jesus is, right, when he's on job, he's fantastic. Like, when he's on job, he's so good. He just can't finish enough. That's the problem. He's not clinical enough. But everything else about his game is so good. Like, his link-up play is solid. His flair is brilliant. He can drift out to left and right. He's a player that can play multiple positions. It's just if he was clinical in front of goal, we'd have a real player to contend with here. That's why Man City did so well with Jesus in the team for so long. Now, Haaland was that missing piece for them to win the treble, but they still won the Premier League with Jesus because that shows he could be an influential player if he's surrounded with the right type of players. So yeah, I still think Arsenal need to sign a striker. I dropped the video today on Ivan Toney as a potential target for January. But, bro, Jesus is a top quality player, man. Make no mistake about it. Manley, appreciate your stream, my friend. Great start to our campaign, 100%. Brilliant performance. We need to keep this momentum going forward, especially in October. Yes, look, the game's going to come thick and fast now. Here's the thing about Champions League, guys, right? When it came to Europa League, we could rotate. We could afford to make changes. Arteta went with his strongest 11 today, in my opinion. His strongest 11, bar Vieira for Havertz. That was the only change. This is working for now, but wait till we get to October, November, where the games stack up and we've got Champions League, Premier League, Champions League, Premier League, and there's not much rotation. Players going to start to get tired. So Arteta's going to have to utilize his squad well. He's the first time he's in the Champions League where he's going to have to play his starting 11 for 2 or 3 games a week rather than just 1 game a week. Let's see how he manages it, man. City, Chelsea, and 2 Champions League games. Yeah, a lot of important games coming in October, man. But this is where the Champions League, you got to wrap up it early, man. We've got a brilliant win today. We go to Lens away, who are the top 4 team, so we should be expected to beat them. Then we play Sevilla at home. If we win our first 4 games, which we're expected to do, then you get to a point, right, where you can afford to rest players for the last 2 games of the Champions League because you've won your opening 4. So get the business done early. That's always been my mentality. Front load it. Win the games early, then cool off towards the end of the campaign. That's what it should always be. Just like today, start the strongest 11. Then when the game's wrapped up around 60 minutes, then you can make the subs, take off the Zinchenkos, the Trossards, the Rices, the Sakas of the world. And I think Arteta did the right thing today. Same with this Champions League campaign, right? We got very lucky in a sense where we didn't really get a standout team in this group where we should be expected to finish top of this Champions League group. So let's do that. Let's beat every team once so we can assert our dominance over the group and then win a couple more games. And then thankfully, we'll get through top of the group, hopefully. See you, and I appreciate your stream, my friend. Fair play, Man United, for keeping it close. Not that it should be celebrated because you lost, but you fared better than we expected. Yeah. Well, look, I don't think anyone expected anything from Man United against Bayern Munich. I think it's more of a discredit to Bayern Munich that they didn't manage to dispatch them by more goals, to be honest. But look, it's Champions League football. As long as you win the game, that's what matters. Havertz was okay today. Yeah, I don't think Havertz was fantastic. And look, many might say I've got Havertz agenda. I don't at all. I think Havertz is a player that's been average for a long time at Chelsea, and I don't believe he was a player we should have signed. But I'll still back him since he's an Arsenal player. I think Havertz is just a little bit slow. That's the thing about Havertz. Look, when he went up front as a number 9, he was good. I thought he was a hold-up player. In the Community Shield, in the last 20 minutes against Crystal Palace, and against theirs as a number 9, he's good, Havertz, as a hold-up player. But the thing about him is, right, in midfield, where we want an intense team that's fighting, that's tenacious, that's flamboyant, that's not in Havertz's play style. That's not in his game. He's not the type of player that's going to get on the ball and be fast with it, be quick, recycle the ball quickly and sprint up and down. He's a player that likes to slow things down and go a little bit slower, classical music pace. And that's not what I quite think Arsenal need right now, in my opinion. So I'd much prefer Vieira. The thing about Vieira is, right, Vieira's got a killer ball in his game that Havertz doesn't quite have. Vieira has the ability to switch that ball over and it be an absolute killer pass. We've seen him do it multiple times. So for me, I'd rather start Vieira than Havertz, and I think he will revert to Vieira for the North London derby. But who knows, man? It was good to see Havertz play today. I wanted him to play to get some confidence. It was just a bit of a shame that out of the 4 goal scorers we had, Havertz wasn't one of them. Champions League, guys, we don't have one. Yeah, I'd like to see Arsenal win the Champions League as well, personally, over the Premier League. But I've heard certain fans prefer Arsenal to win the Premier League. It's all up to whatever opinion you have, really. For me, I'd rather see us win the Champions League, to be honest. Shut the haters up. Exactly. Never won the competition before. Speaking of haters, they got hammered in Munich. Yeah, absolutely hammered. I thought Havertz was decent today, actually. I thought I thought he was okay. I just thought he didn't really have the pace that I'd expect, to be honest, man. I thought when he goes up front as a number 9 in that centre forward position, he's good. He's good because he can hold up play. He can be like a real focal point. He can link up players. Obviously, he's not really a presence in the box anymore, which is a shame if you want to win the game. But if you're just looking for as a target man, last 10, 15 minutes of the match, I think he's actually decent up there. He looks much better up front in the number 9 position. It's when he's in that midfield where I just don't think he's got the legs to really run up and down. I was imagining it the other day, right? Imagine if you had a midfield 3 of Rice, Bellingham, and Odegaard. That'd be so good. I think we need a Bellingham type player in there. Now, obviously, Bellingham's the signing of the summer right now. Second is Declan Rice, in my opinion. And it's going to be very hard to find a player of Bellingham's ilk, right? But we need that type of player in midfield, someone that's got legs. I don't mind if they're slightly more offensive because Declan Rice has proven in the previous few games, whether it is Vieira or Havertz playing alongside Odegaard, Rice has proven that he can assert and dominate that midfield by himself in there as a lone pivot in that number 6 role. But I think we need someone that's got a bit more legs in that midfield and a bit more of a physical presence to him and a bit more pace to him and a bit more energy in that midfield. So I'd like to see Arsenal go for a box-to-box midfield in that sense in January or the summer. Now, there's not many out there, to be honest. I would have loved to see us target someone like Jude Bellingham. But who's there? Is Frankie de Jong an option? I'd like to see Arsenal go for Frankie de Jong because he could be a real top-quality player for us. And we know that if Barcelona do go for Bernardo Silva, they will have that position void. So imagine a midfield 3 of Rice, Frankie de Jong, and Odegaard. I mean, that would be a brilliant midfield 3 for Arsenal. So I still do believe that Arsenal do need a midfielder there. I think that Havertz's best position is a centre forward. And with that being said, I don't think his best position is the starter for Arsenal. I think he needs to be a player that you bring on last 15, 20 minutes as a hold-up player for us when you want to see out a game. Especially when you move back in centre forward role. Yeah, when you move to centre forward role, I had no problems about him whatsoever. It's when he was in midfield where I thought he just lacked that real cutting edge to him, that real pace to his game. Tottenham are in trouble right now. Yeah. Nah. Tottenham aren't in trouble, man, because they've started game seasons brilliantly. If they come to the Emirates and play a high line, they could be in trouble. Here's the thing about Tottenham, right? They haven't really been tested this season. They played some good teams, make no mistake about it, but Arsenal are in form right now. And Tottenham are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. The media's getting a little bit ahead of themselves. I've bigged up Ange Postecoglou. I think he's done fantastic. I thought he's brought the DNA back to Tottenham. He's brought the performances back. But wait for it, because the media in this country, more than anything, hype you up to bring you down. They put so much gas on you like a hot air balloon just to pop it and you go straight back down to planet Earth. Tottenham's got so much praise in the media right now. Now, when they come to the Emirates, they've got all that praise about them. They've got all the momentum. They scored a last-minute winner against Sheffield United on the weekend. Everything's good around the football club. If they come to the Emirates and Arsenal mean business like we played today, we'll beat any team. Guys, if we played like we played today, I promise you we would beat Man City. I promise you we would beat Man City if we played like today. I promise you that, guys, man. We need to play like this week in, week out. Because that's how you win football matches. The pace, the intensity that we played out today. Because if we play like this, we'll be a handful for any team in Europe. I promise you guys that. I watched Bayern saying a couple of their Bundesliga matches, and I don't think Arsenal are second best to them. That's the interesting point. Look, the thing about Bayern Munich is, right, they always seem to be good in Europe. I call them the Terminators, Bayern Munich, where they just seem to always do well in Europe, man. No matter how bad they're doing in the league, no matter how vulnerable they may look, no matter how many injuries they got, Bayern always seem to perform in Europe. I don't know what it is about them. And I've been scarred from seeing my team lose 5-1 to Bayern Munich on multiple occasions. Being in the stadium to watch Arsenal lose 5-1 to Bayern Munich and 3-1 to Bayern Munich at times away from home. So, look, I don't want to see Arsenal play a Bayern Munich in the Champions League. But if it happens, it happens. My mentality has always been to be the best, you got to beat the best. I'd like to avoid Real Madrid. I'd like to avoid Man City. And I do believe if we don't play Bayern Munich, Man City or Real Madrid, we should beat any team in this Champions League. I don't think the quality in Europe is quite up to the level that we've seen in recent seasons. I think the pedigree's off it. But that being said, right, to be the best, you got to beat the best. I'd embrace any competition. Because the football I'm seeing my team play right now, it fulfills me with the confidence that we could beat any team on this planet. If we played like we played today, we'd be a handful for any team. Man City might beat us if we play like this today. But I genuinely believe that we would have a very good chance of beating them. If we played Man City in this game, just like we played against PSV today, I would put my money on us beating them. I genuinely think so. Because the way we popped the ball about, it was a handful, guys, I'm telling you. Havertz has only ever performed well in the Champions League. He did the same at Chelsea too every single year. Yeah, look, Havertz was not a player I want to see Arsenal sign. But the thing about Havertz is, right, he will pop up with a goal every now and then. It might be a penalty or something. But I don't think he's got enough quality consistently for what we want to build. This is the way I look at it, right? Man City, the benchmark. Does Havertz get into Man City's team? No. Does Saka get into Man City's team? Yes. Does Odegaard get into Man City's team? Yes. Does Rice get into Man City's team? Yes. Alongside Rodri. Would Saliba get into Man City's team? Yes. Does Havertz get into Man City's team? No. That's the way I look at it right now. Do you get what I mean? If you want to build a team that's going to compete with Man City, do your players at least match up man for man? Because Guardiola is a better coach than Arteta. So already a little bit on the downside because of that. So you at least need your players to match up. And I think for the most part, we've built a squad where the players are good enough to match up with Man City's players, one-on-one. If you go man for man, I look at the form on paper and I think, you know what? Our players are good enough, are as good as Man City's players to an extent. But some players are not quite at the level. And that can be the difference. They've got a Kovacic or a Gundogan. Sorry, Gundogan's gone. Or a Bernardo Silva. And we've got Havertz in there. Bernardo Silva's going to be more of a handful than Havertz. Do you get what I mean? Fabio Vieira at least looks like a Bernardo Silva. Vieira looks like a Bernardo Silva 2.0. And Vieira's had a really good second season for us. Because he struggled in that first season. I can't lie to you guys. But so did Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva came from Monaco. He struggled in his first season at City. But in that second and third season when Bernardo Silva really hit the ground running and started to come into his own, hopefully something similar happens with Vieira. And look, I want Vieira to start the North London derby because I always play on confidence. Play on form and play on confidence. Havertz has no confidence, but we ain't got time to bring that confidence back into him. He played today, he didn't score. Boo-hoo. Back in for Vieira next on the weekend, in my opinion. I will be streaming on Sunday, by the way, for the North London derby. Make sure you stay tuned. Subscribe if you guys are new around here. Hit the bell notification button so you never miss any Arsenal and football streams on this channel. I'm a Robert. Thanks, you say, and you've got a bunch of emojis. It doesn't show on StreamYard, but I'm seeing on the chat next to me, so don't worry, man. I really do appreciate you joining the stream, my friend. United scored today to make it 2-1, then to make it 3-2, and then to make it 4-3. They never caught up. Yeah, they kept just pegging them back by one goal, man. But that's the thing, man. Bayern Munich have that assassin mentality where they don't let a team get back into the game. They get one goal back and Bayern Munich just kill them again. Because from what I saw on the score chart, right, whenever Man United brought the game back, Bayern Munich will put it out of sight again. They literally hit back instantly. So that's just real mentality. And he was your top scorer last season. Yeah, Havertz was Chelsea's top scorer last season, which says a lot about Chelsea, really. One of the things, Eman, I appreciate you on the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing really well. One of the things I liked today was Arteta's subs. Agree. Taking off attacking plays for attacking plays, even though we were 3-0 up, is how you see out games while still having the attacking threat. 100% agree with you there, my friend. 100% agree with you. Really good, I think that was from Arteta. Look, I like the fact he played a strong team to start, and I like the fact that he was able to rotate the team early. And you're right. He could have basically brought on the players to shut up the shot, the likes of Jorginho's really early, and brought a host of defenders like Kivior, etc. But he didn't. He brought a lot of attacking players, and he brought a lot of players that he thought could influence the game further. And I really like that. And he gave players like Emil Smith-Rowe run out, gave players like Reece Nelson a run out, which is important because you never know when these players are going to have a time in the side. Look at Reece Nelson. He popped up big time for us last season. So it's good to give these players a rep because you never know when you might need to call on them at any point. I was really surprised that Eddie Nketiah didn't come off the bench. Now, he was in the matchday squad, right? I didn't really check, but I'm pretty sure he was in the matchday squad, to be honest. So the fact that he didn't play is a little bit bemusing to me because as a striker, you want to come on the pitch because even if they get a goal against PSV or against Man City, a goal's a goal for a striker, man. They want that as a host of confidence. So that leads me to believe that because Nketiah didn't come off the bench, that Jesus will start on the weekend in the North London derby, which will be the right decision in my opinion anyway. But it was a bit bemusing that Eddie Nketiah didn't come off the bench for me. Scott, appreciate you on the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing really well. Great all-round performance, mate. Jesus just makes everything tick. Yeah, what a player he is, man. Fantastic. Just got that real patience to his game, a real flair, that cutting edge to his game. Really good, man. Good win on Champions League return. Fantastic. I appreciate you on the stream as well, my friend Tommy. Every time we move Havertz to centre forward in the end of the game, he looks better. Agree. 100% agree with that one, man. I said it as well in the stream. Havertz as a centre forward towards the end of the game is exactly what we want to see. Exactly what we want to see. Is Havertz a 007 now? I'm not too sure, man. He might have a couple more games, but surely he's close for 0 goals and 0 assists. Surely he's very, very close. Vieira's really stepped up. He has indeed, man. Really good. And look, that second season, he's done really well. That's a player that's clearly dedicated himself over the summer, done his training, done his reps in the gym, etc. Because look, he's looking a little bit better, Vieira. And in my opinion, right, he deserves to start. I worried at the start of the season that Rice would not have the confidence, Rice would not have the ability on his ones to lock down the midfield against many teams that will play two as a double pivot. I've seen enough evidence already that Declan Rice can hold down the midfield by himself. So if that's the case, you might as well play Vieira and Odegaard, because then at least you've got two players that can unlock a door in your team. I genuinely think so. Look, guys, really unpopular opinion right now, right? But on his day, Rice could be better than Rodri. I want to play Man City. I'm not scared of Man City, man. I want to play Man City next weekend. That game against Man City is coming in 3 weeks' time, right? We got Tottenham, Bournemouth, then Man City. I cannot wait to play Man City, guys. I cannot wait. Because when we play Man City, I want to see how we match up against them. At home, at the Emirates. Because I think, look, last season, Man City got lucky that game got postponed. We played them after the World Cup, and we had a little bit of injuries. Nketiah was in the team, Partey was out, etc. We looked a little bit here, there, and everywhere. If we have this current squad right now against Man City, I think we've got a really good chance, man. A really good chance, genuinely. Great build-up for the fourth goal from Havertz. In fairness, he just ain't a number 8. Agree 100% with this one, man. He looks better as a player off the bench as a number 9. But in my opinion, right, you spend £65 million for a backup plan B striker. You could have spent half that money, if not 40, 30% of that cash, and sound like a Mitrovic or something. He would have been a better plan B striker. But it's one of those things. Gnabry cooking United as well tonight. Haaland is levels. There we go, man. There we go. Another good performance from Raya. I think Arteta sees him as a number 1, and rightly so, in my opinion. I agree with you. Look, when Raya came in that game against Everton, I saw a lot of Arsenal fans having an outpour over on Twitter, going, "Oh, why has he dropped Ramsdale? Why has he dropped Ramsdale?" Look, I think Raya's a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale. Don't get me wrong, Ramsdale's a fantastic goalkeeper. And those of you that have been here before know I am a massive fan of Ramsdale. And he definitely does not deserve to be on the bench for a top 6 team. But look, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I do believe Raya's a better goalkeeper. Now, I would have started Ramsdale today purely because Ramsdale deserves to start, given he's a goalkeeper that got us into the Champions League. It's only fair. If he's the one that got us this position, it's only fair you give him a stab at playing in the Champions League. Now, he started Raya. It's a ruthless business at the end of the day. I hope he starts Raya in the North London derby as well. That's just my thoughts on it. I'll be honest with you. At Chelsea, I'm doing the same comparison to Man City because that's a standard for me. And most fans hold this a lot because I want to see another title as soon as possible. I'll be real with you. See, and Chelsea are a long way from winning the title, my friend. A long, long way. But I get you. Here's the thing about Chelsea. You've got an awful lot of money to spend, but you're signing all these youth players. I don't really get it. You got the money to spend. Why not sign top players? Chelsea spent, nearly £1 billion, and they signed a crap goalkeeper and a crap striker in Jackson. I don't get it. If you had that much money, surely you sign top players in every position. But yeah, I don't really care, to be honest. It ain't my football club. But yeah, I've always thought, look, if you want to reach Man City standards, you either sign players that are at Man City's level, or you believe have the potential to reach Man City's level. When we sign the likes of the Odegaards, the Ben Whites, the Salibas are under Unai Emery, when we sign players like that, right, guys, no one thought they were at Man City's level. No one looked at Ben White and thought, right, that guy's the best right back in the Premier League. No one looked at Odegaard and thought, oh, that boy's the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League. They were good players, and Odegaard obviously didn't quite live up to that star boy hype that he had when he joined Real Madrid at 15 years old, and Ben White for 50 million was a lot of money. But what Arsenal banked on was them having the ability to turn into those type of players, them having the potential. If we drilled in the right training around them, if we got the right coach around them, if we gave them the right confidence, they were going to manifest into top quality players in their position. And boy, has that gamble paid off for us. Because when we signed Ben White and Odegaard, I was one that sat there and went, it's risky, man. It's risky spending that much money on those type of players. But they've turned into the players that we hope they would turn into. And that's the main thing for me, man. Saliba thought he was priming yesterday in that moment in the second half. That has to be the most composure I've seen from a centre-back. Bro, Saliba, I'm telling you guys right now, Saliba is world-class, man. He's world-class. I'm telling you. He's got everything to his game. He's composed. He's got strength to his game. He's fast. He knows when to go to ground. When Saliba's one-on-one against a player, I do not panic. When Gabriel's one-on-one, I panic a little bit. I can't lie to you guys. I feel like he's going to go to ground and give away a penalty. But when Saliba's one-on-one, I have the utmost confidence that he's going to win that ball back. William Saliba is one of the best centre-backs on this planet right now. One of the best centre-backs, make no mistake about it. That brother is cold, man. He's so good. All it is for this lot is no. Yeah. Wouldn't mind playing Real Madrid right now without Vinicius Jr., but also won't get them until 2024. Here's the thing, right? I want to avoid Real Madrid because Real Madrid is a heritage club in the Champions League, right? They've got 14 right here. Arsenal have got 0 right here. We've not won a single Champions League. And that worries me. I'll tell you why that worries me, right? Is because we've seen Real Madrid pull out stupid performances in the Champions League. stupid results in the Champions League. Even today, look, they weren't at their best against Union Berlin, yet Bellingham still found a way to score in the last second for them. So playing Real Madrid, for a team like Arsenal, who's not got a lot of European heritage, who actually has been unlucky in Europe, to be honest, Arsenal, against a team that always seems to thrive in the Champions League, it's not really a good matchup, let's be honest with it. If we avoid Man City and Real Madrid, we can go far. I want to avoid Bayern Munich as well because they seem like the assassins. I call them the Terminators in the Champions League. But look, let's be honest, right? Anything can happen. In my opinion, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And if we perform like we performed today, we would beat any team in the world. I promise you when I say that, man. If we perform like we performed today, we would beat a Real Madrid. We would beat a Man City performing like this. I promise you guys that, man. Hand on heart, I believe that. Now, the problem is, can we put in these type of performances week in, week out? When we play Man City at the Emirates in a few weeks' time, can we put in this type of performance? That's the real question mark. Because today we showed that next quality that I wanted us to see. We showed the quality of having the assassin mentality to kill off the football match. We showed the quality of having the ability to kill off the teams and run away with the result and lock it up where there was not even a debate whether Arsenal going to win this game. Now, can we show that on a consistent basis? That's what I've really got to ask and demand from this Arsenal team. Because we've shown the ability to get good goals on this side and we've shown the ability to score against teams, but we've not shown the ability over 90 minutes to dispatch teams. Every game so far this season, bar this one, has been nervy in the last 10, 15 minutes. We've won a lot of those games, but it's still been a close call. Today, the game was over by minute 60. The game was completely over. It was dead and buried, finished. And I like that from us because we showed that assassin mentality. This was our best performance this season, in my opinion. Saliba was class, 100% agree, Malia. Saliba Gabriel in complete control. Yeah, really good, man. Really, really good. Luca has definitely impressed me so far. Who's Luca? I don't know who Luca is, man. Lol Malia, we need a winning streak before we play City. Yes, 100%. All right, really good point, E-Man. Really, really good point here. I'll tell you why, yeah? The last 2 times we played Man City, it came off the back of losing matches. It came off the back of losing matches. Do you remember? We lost to Everton. Was it Everton? I think we lost to Everton, Brentford. Then we played Man City at home. We came off the back of losses. We played Man City away. We came off the back of losing to teams like West Ham, Southampton, etc. Then we played Man City. So we drew to those teams. But do you get what I mean? We need to play Man City off the back of winning a football game. So we go into that game with a lot of confidence. I 100% agree with you that point. Really good point there. Scott, he looks like Vieira, yeah. It's just the truth. Raya is definitely better. Makes the whole defense look solid. 100% agree with you, man. Raya catches the ball, and that's so important. Because there's too many goalkeepers. Well, Ramsdale was one of them, right? Where he'd do the first thing, which was clearing the ball, and big up him for that. But Ramsdale wouldn't do enough to actually catch the ball. Because when you catch it, danger's gone. When you punch it away, yes, the immediate danger's gone, but you're only prolonging the danger because the ball's still in play. When you catch it, danger's gone, confidence with the defense, everyone's happy. The nerves come down. And also, your defense has a lot of faith in you when they know they've got a goalkeeper behind them that's got the ability to control the football and catch the football. When you know you've got a goalkeeper that's going to spill it or punch it clear, it doesn't quite give you the same confidence that a goalkeeper that catches the ball has. So I think Raya definitely deserves to start for Arsenal, to be honest. Today, I would have started Ramsdale just for the reason that he got us the Champions League. But long term, I think Raya is the right goalkeeper for Arsenal. Chelsea in the mud. Yeah, man. All that cash need regress. I mean, I saw something that says they've not beaten a team in the top 15 in the Premier League in like 2 seasons or something, which is crazy. Youth development has always been Arsenal's biggest strength. Yeah, the Haaland boys came through strong today, man. Partey won't be playing anytime soon. And look, I'm not worried anymore. That's the thing. Look, last season, if Partey was injured, we're all tearing up trees. We all are. We're sitting there thinking, oh, man, Partey's out. We've got Jorginho in the team, or we've got Xhaka there. Now with Declan Rice, I'm not worried. We've genuinely got 2 good players in every position. And look, when Partey comes back into the team, does he start? Does he? Is it Declan Rice into midfield? What Partey gives us when he comes back into the team is he gives us an option now. He gives us the ability to have Rice go into the number 8 position and Partey at the number 6. It gives us a change of dynamic, which is so important. So yeah, look, although we're not waiting for Partey to come back, if he is back, it gives us another dynamic to our team. He's missed 13 games involving in the top 5. Yeah, look, you can't bank on Partey. That's the thing, bro. He's always injured. Always injured, exactly. Partey seems to be always out for big games. I'm telling you, man, he must have a clause in his contract where he can't play in the big games. Partey will always go missing in the big moments, man. Always and always. Consistency is king. Yeah, your best the best ability is availability, right? That's what they always say. If you're not available, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you're always on the injury bench, it ain't gonna matter, man. I thought Cash was king, man. Yeah, Cash is king as well. I'll tell you that for a fact. 13 games in the last 2 years. Etienne, appreciate your stream. I think we're doing well. Eric Ten Hag post-match speech. We played really well, but the atmosphere, oxygen was not sufficient. Waiting for his new excuse. Well, look, I obviously didn't watch the games. I watched the Arsenal match, but I will be watching the highlights after, and I will be streaming after Man United against Burnley on the weekend on Saturday night evening kickoff. Sorry, they flipped it obviously because of the Champions League fixture. So yeah, I'm sure I'll be able to see Man United play against Burnley then, and who knows, maybe they'll be able to plot a result in that match. Will Erik ten Hag get the sack if they get beaten by Burnley? No, I think he'll be all right, to be fair, Erik ten Hag. I think he's built up enough credit in the bank from his first season in charge, getting top 4, winning a trophy, for him not to be in jeopardy anytime soon. There's no one that deserves the goal more than Saka, 100%. After you deserve more, Arsenal fans 3 years later scores for us in our first Champions League game. I remember that Instagram post. I remember that 100%. Was it after the... What game was it after? Was it after the Southampton game where we lost? It was one of the COVID games. And yeah, I remember that Instagram post, man. Big up Bukayo Saka, bro. Deserves it wholeheartedly. No Partey, Timber, Martinelli in that game, by the way. Yeah, and that's 3 key players for us, man. Timber was fantastic to start the season, but Timber's already walking. I couldn't believe it. I saw Timber walking in the in the photo shoot. What would have been given that boy to already be walking? He tore his ACL less than a month ago, and he's already walking. It's fantastic scene. So yeah, hopefully Timber's much quicker than we assumed. Hopefully he's back by January, February time. And if that's the case, man, that's a brilliant recovery time from Timber. Partey should be back in 6 weeks or so, maybe 3 more weeks for him. Timber should be back as well, hopefully in a couple more weeks. Then we're looking good, man. Sorry, not Timber. Martinelli should be back in a couple more weeks. Then we're looking good. But here's the thing, right? We built an anti-fragile team, and it's about damn time. Because whenever Man City got injuries, no one was worried. No one sat there and was like, oh my God, Man City got injuries, season's over. When we used to get injuries last season, everyone thought the season was over. Sleeper injured, season's over. Saka injured, season's over. Partey injured, season's over. Nowadays, it doesn't matter if we get injuries because we built a resistant team. Now, if Rice gets injured, we could be a little bit worried. I can't lie to you guys. But if our starters get injured, at least we've got competent and adequate backups to come in place for them. And that's the main thing. So, yeah, I'm not worried one bit if those players get injured, to be honest. Hopefully, we get them back soon. And hopefully, we get as little injuries as possible because the squad's there. If the performances match up with the squad, we got a good chance to win this Premier League and Champions League, guys. Everyone is trying to make Glazers out so Erik ten Hag is safe now, despite all his poor managerial performance. Well, here's the thing, right? I'm not all against Erik ten Hag. I think Erik ten Hag is a good manager, right? I don't think he's lived up to what he's done in the first season, but he's had a difficult start. To be fair to the lad, he's had a very difficult start, Erik ten Hag. Now, here's the thing, right? Man United's team isn't at it. Glazers out. I agree with you. The Glazers should leave Manchester United. I do 100% agree with you in that sense. But also, let's be honest with it right now, guys. Yeah. The Glazers have given United money. Gary Neville is talking all this about, they haven't given them money. You have had money, you just haven't spent it, right? That's my opinion on it. Anthony is not good enough. Obviously, what's happened with Anthony off the field, and the same with Sancho, only so much you can really do with that. But for me, right, I look at it and I think Erik ten Hag's still got a long way to develop with the squad. Look, what happened to Rasmus Højlund? He scored today. Scored a goal for Manchester United. That's a big goal for him. And look, he's got a lot to improve the squad right now. And it's still early in the season. I know it's Man United, which is the biggest club in England. So there's going to be a lot of people that are already ready to have their fingers over the button to fire him. But look, give the man some time. And I do believe that Erik ten Hag isn't as bad as people think. And this is the thing about Man United, right? They get scrutinized of everything. Everything gets magnified. Just like Arsenal and Liverpool. When you're big teams, right? Every decision you make, everything that happens gets magnified by the press to the extent of times 1,000. If Brighton do something, it doesn't really get magnified. If what's it called? If Roberto De Zerbi drops his goalkeeper or drops a midfielder, no one really cares. If Erik ten Hag does it, suddenly it's the news all over it. Oh my God, he dropped Ronaldo. Oh my God, he dropped this player. Oh my God, this player's not starting. Sancho's not playing. They made a big news about the Sancho thing. Sancho is not good enough. He's been dropped, whether he's been dropped for training or not. The brother ain't good enough for Manchester United. The end of the story is he's been dropped. If any other club dropped the player, no one would make a big deal out of it. Because it's Arsenal dropping Ramsdale, because it's Man United dropping Sancho, it's a big deal. But if Roberto De Zerbi drops someone, no one cares. Even if, to be fair, when Richarlison got dropped by, what's his name, Ange Postecoglou, no one cared either. It's when it's Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, that's when everyone makes a big deal out of it because they're big teams. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So Erik ten Hag's obviously had a lot of scrutiny for the decisions he's made, but I've got faith in the manager, man. I do. I think he's a decent manager. Good show, mate. Catch you later. I appreciate you joining the stream as always, Scott. I hope you're doing well and have a good night, my friend. And anyone else as well that's joining, make sure you subscribe to my road to 5,000 subscribers. I do football and Arsenal streams basically after every single match. My next Arsenal stream will be after the North London Derby on Sunday. You do not want to miss it, man. Cannot wait for it. Question for people in this chat. What do you think the aim of elite sport is? Entertainment. Well, I know you're saying to win things. That's the aim of elite sport, to win things, right? But let's be honest, right? The actual aim of sport is to entertain. That is the number one thing you should do. If you're not entertaining, then it's a waste of time. Football is entertainment. That's why it's important. Just like theatre, just like films, football is entertainment. It's a method of entertainment. Now, winning things obviously comes along it, but people forget the entertainment side. You always got to entertain number one. Bring that, because if entertainment's there, fans can tolerate that. Trust me when I tell you that, guys, right? The reason it got really hostile for Conte, the reason it got really hostile for Unai Emery, the reason it got really hostile for these type of managers, right, is because they were not playing entertaining football. Fans can tolerate bad results if it's entertaining football up to a certain extent, but they will never ever tolerate bad results with bad football. Never ever. You can survive with good results with bad performances only so long. Because as soon as the results go bad, then you're struggling. Then you're struggling big time because the fans don't turn on you. If the performances are really good and entertaining and the results aren't there, fans can buy in because at least they'll see the light at the end of the tunnel and they'll buy into what's happening. But trust me, guys, entertainment's number one. So I know you're trying to say that, oh, the aim of elite sport is to win. But trust me, entertainment is the aim of elite sport. That's the number one protocol. Winning comes second. Entertain first, then you get the results. Because once you get the performances in there, results come as a byproduct. You can't run before you can walk. You get what I mean? People aim for the results, but results are a byproduct of playing good matches. If you play well, if you outperform the opponent 90% of the times, you'll win the football match. That's just how it goes. I have to put it out there. We win the league if Saliba stayed fit. I agree with you. I'll do 12. I genuinely do agree with you. I 100% agree in that sense. Because as soon as Saliba went out, Holding shouldn't have that same assurance that Saliba had. And that does worry me. That's the one position that worries me. I don't think we've got a really good backup centre-back there. I really want a good backup centre-back. Because I look at Man City, right? They've got Akanji, they've got Ake, they've got Gvardiol, they've got Ruben Diaz, they've got Nathan Ake, I think I said already. You know what I mean? They've got top quality players. They've got Kyle Walker at right back. They've got good centre backs, Man City, where it's seamless no matter who starts. They've got really good centre backs there. We've got Saliba and Gabriel, and Tomiyasu's okay, and Kivior's okay. But I want another real top centre back that can be at that same level as those players. Not quite at Saliba's level, because they might as well start if it's at Saliba's level, but really close, where if Gabriel Saliba's out, we can survive with that type of player for like 5-6 matches. Do you get what I mean? Scott goes to win. Fair enough. To win major honours, because the Champions League ain't that competitive as it used to be, then if you're in the competition, then you have to win it. I think the Champions League is easier to win than the Premier League, to be honest, right now. I'll be honest with it, but I still want to win the Champions League over the Premier League, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, you heard the man. If you're new around here, like, share, and subscribe on my road to 5,000 subscribers. I do appreciate everyone that's joined me on this journey on this channel, man. Been growing exponentially over the transfer window and hopefully continue to grow 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That's the aim, man. I got 3 months to do so. It should be doable, man. Should be doable. 5,000 subs before the end of the year, which who would have thought at the start of 2023, man? When I reached 1,000 subscribers a week before 2023 started. Now on 4.5K. So look, man, time flies. And it's going well. It's going well for an absolute fact. But yeah, streams tomorrow. Not happening, guys. We're at the Europa League. Thank God I'm not streaming Europa League anymore. But the streams to come up, guys. I will keep you guys updated with the stream schedule. So Saturday, the streams that are coming up are Man City versus Nottingham Forest at 3 o'clock. The stream will start at 5 p.m. And Burnley versus Manchester United stream will start at 10 p.m. So keep in your calendar, guys. Then on Sunday, stream Arsenal versus Tottenham, North London derby. That will be what is going on. So 3 Premier League streams this weekend. We've got Man City versus Forest, Burnley versus United, and Arsenal versus Tottenham to accumulate it at the end. Next week, I'm on holiday. I'm in Madrid. I'm going to watch Madrid, actually, hopefully. I'm hopefully going to watch Real Madrid. Let me know if you guys want me to vlog that, by the way. I'm going to watch Real Madrid versus Las Palmas, I believe, at the Bernabeu next week on Wednesday. Let me know if you want to vlog it. And then hopefully I'll be able to get a stream out for you guys against Brentford in the Carabao Cup. If I don't get a stream out for the Brentford versus Arsenal game in the Carabao Cup, here's the thing, right? I was going to... if I don't get a stream out for the Brentford versus Arsenal game in the Carabao Cup, allow me. It'll be the one stream I miss. I'm on holiday in Madrid. It depends on how the timings run. But yeah, I endeavor to release a stream. I 100% do. But anything can happen, to be honest. But I do want to see my tube channel plan route is going to be a marathon. I mean, you told me about it, C1, when you messaged me, right? Better you than me, man. I could not imagine doing that. That's an absolute grueling trip. I was going to do it today, but happy I didn't because I was going to be scheduled to pass the Emirates an hour before kickoff. Yeah, trains would have been packed, my friend. Odegaard is signing a new deal soon as well. Yes, I've seen the rumours from Fabrizio Romano. Signing a new deal, hopefully. And yeah, that'll be a massive one for Arsenal. I've seen people on Twitter say that Odegaard isn't good enough for Arsenal. Oh, sorry, that Odegaard isn't quite the level of what we need him to be. I was sitting there thinking, what are these Twitter tacticos talking about, man? There's some people on Twitter, right? And look, I've got the utmost faith in anyone that wants to have any sort of social media presence. So I'm doing it myself, right? I'm not a football player or manager, so many will say, "What do I know about football?" Right? But some people just like to just like to say stuff for the sake of it. I'm sitting there thinking, what are you actually talking about? I've heard some people say that Ødegaard isn't good enough for Arsenal, and Vieira's better than him. Look, Vieira's done fantastic, but Ødegaard is liquid, man, absolutely liquid. Nothing can replace Ødegaard at times. He's genuinely so good. And like I said at the start of the stream, right? There's very few players right now. I've put them in a over the course of me supporting Arsenal, the only 3 players I can think of is Sanchez, Sanchez, Cazorla, and Ødegaard are the only 3 players I can think of that when they shoot from outside the box, I'm confident it will go in the back of net. That's the only 3 players I can think of. Every other player, when they shoot outside the box, I'm hoping it goes in the back of net. I'm hoping they get it on target. With Ødegaard, bro, it's like a bullet. It's not power into the top corner. It's precision. It's laser-like precision into the bottom corner. It's like he's taking that shot 400 times the day before, where he knows exactly what he's doing. It was a similar goal against Newcastle. Even the strike that where Saka managed to score off the rebound, that was going in the bottom corner as well. Ødegaard is like an arrow. It's like a bow and arrow into the bottom corner every single time. He's fantastic, man. Only gave start and finish on WhatsApp. Oh, yeah, you did. Fun fact, Gabriel Jesus has scored more Champions League goals than Ronaldinho and R9. Oh, interesting one, man. Interesting one. Is he the new Brazilian GOAT? Absolutely not. But that's an interesting one. Here's the thing about Jesus, right? We need him to start scoring, man. Because he's not going to reach the 25 goals a season that we need him to reach. But here's the thing. Gabriel Jesus at least provides flair. And if you're not going to get goals, at least bring others into the game. And I thought he did that today. Look, Jesus needs to start on the weekend against Tottenham. I think he'll be fantastic there. And to be honest, guys, I think against Tottenham, I think we've got a really good chance of winning that football match. I really do believe so. I think if Tottenham play that high line like I expect them to play, we could be in business, guys. We genuinely could be in business. So hopefully, we manage to win that game. Of course, I'll be streaming after it. But yeah, that wraps up this stream today, guys. I really appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Streamed for the last 50 minutes or so. If you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe. I'm already for 5,000 subscribers, and scroll right back to start stream so you can hear all about my thoughts on Arsenal 4, PSV 0. Arsenal back with a bang in the Champions League. It's been 6 very long years, but we're able to win this football match and hopefully progress in the Champions League, but we come off to a flying start. I've been my football. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and I hope to catch you all in my next stream. Take care.